Hello, Danny Designs here. April 30th, it's a Tuesday, April 30th, 2019. Rainy. You hear the thunder probably in the background. So what I'm going to try to do is just kind of do some maintenance stuff that I can do on the sawmill. I've got to replace the fan belt, and I'm going to sharpen a blade or two, get that thing ready to go. You know, you see I already got a log sitting here, so I could start working on that. So that's kind of my plan right now. My design is to get this thing ready to go so I can start, you know, milling more lumber to put on that house. So the wind's going to be blowing here. It may start raining here in a second, so then that's when I'll go back in and do what I need to do, you know, as far as stay out of the weather and do some stuff in the house. But great day, I think. I mean, it's not cold. You can get some work done. You know, the wind, big deal. So I'm gonna start on this here real quick and see what I can get done. And yeah, that's all right. So hopefully the camera doesn't fall over because the wind's blowing here pretty good. So first thing I'm going to do is set this camera down and get it ready to go. Always tarp this thing up, keep the water off of it, even though it is, you know, it is weatherproof. You know, but I just tarp it up just to, you know, keep it protected from the sun and all that other good stuff. Put this over here on the flatbed. One of the first things I could do, fill it up with gas, get all those things ready. A while back, I bought these, I don't know what they're called, the necks or the spouts. This one works pretty good. It's got its air release right here. But probably going to buy the vent right here. And they make them. You drill in and put an attachment, and you can open and close it, so you have a vent. Right now, this vent comes through here. It works okay. It's okay. I'm not, you know, displeased with it or anything, but it does, you know, gurgle every once in a while. So you know, it's slower than just pouring out freely like you'd like for it to do. Alright, battery's still holding up good here. Next, I'll try to put that right in there. I may be in your way a little bit, but next thing is open these doors, get into the blade and fan belt. hear that thunder in the background. If I see any lightning or anything, whoop, get out of here. Yeah, this fan belt, you can tell it's worn. It is. It may have a little more life on it, but you can tell. I'm gonna just, starting off this summer, I'm putting a new belt on it. That belt's got quite a few miles on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and release the tension off that. I need to get some gloves because I'll take that belt off and it's pretty sharp. And then I'm gonna take these up to my parents' house in their barn. So if it starts raining, I can actually sharpen the blades out of the weather. Taking this blade off is fairly simple. I've already released the tension on this wheel, so I'll be able to take that blade off. Fairly simple. Like I said, fairly simple. It's been sitting out here for a little bit, so. Set this over here on the table so I don't forget it when I walk out. So you saw that came off pretty easy. Probably when I get the new blade, get the other blade put on there, I'll loosen this up. Well, it's fairly loose. See how loose it is? Going left to right, so that'll be fine. I'll clean it up a little bit more, but it's in good shape. From what I can tell, I need to take that off there. I like that on there. It keeps that tension, so it won't roll back and forth that way. I think I know these bolts right here. There's 4 of them, 2 on this side, 2 on this side, and then I release this bolt here, and it lets the motor slide that way. So then that loosens this flywheel, or this pulley right here, makes it go that way. So then I take the belt off, put the new one on, and then just start doing the tension. So I think it's a great idea that I'm going to put a new belt on there for the beginning of the summer. Alright, so I'm not going to bore you with me undoing a bolt, so I'll go ahead and shut this down, and I'll pick it up when I get it loosened up and take the belt off. Well, it started raining cats and dogs, so I took the blade up to my parents like I was describing, and didn't take the camera because the battery ran out, but lack of planning on my part. It's okay though. So here's the blade. What I do to sharpen, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see real good, but I get a Dremel with the grinding wheel, and I just cut the top, just right there. Sharpens those things up. And I saw that on a YouTube video, a sawmiller, and on these type of blades, he's like, well, you just kind of cut the top right here, shave that top. I'll cut myself, and it sharpens that point up. And this is the first time that I've sharpened that blade. Bought it brand new and used it. Hung it on the wall up there with the other one, and put a new one on there. Used it, the new blade. Took it up there, hung it on the wall. So I have 3 blades. The original that came with it, I've sharpened that one twice now. So this will probably be the last time I put it on and use it before I throw it away. Just, because eventually the teeth are going to get worn out. So it's hanging on the wall up there. I'm not using. This is a new one, fairly new, been used once. and sharpened once, so now I'm putting it back on. So that's my situation right now. So I'm gonna, like I said, it rained, so I covered everything up. I'll get this camera situated, stop showing you the sky, and hook that blade on, or attach the blade back on to the sawmill, and then cover it back up, because it's going to rain. You might be able to hear it thundering right now. It's going to rain off and on all day. Thunder, lightning, so I don't want to be out here while it's thundering, you know, because usually lightning comes with that. Lightning coming down, hitting metal, working around metal. Not a good situation. So, alright, I've already basically cleaned out most of the stuff. I mean, there's always going to be some little dirt, you know, hanging around because of the water and sawdust. But I got it fairly cleaned out. Put this blade back on, and I don't tighten the blade after I get on there. I saw another YouTuber, Sawmiller, that loosens his blade after every use. So I started doing that, and you know, they say, well, it prevents the stretching of your blade, which makes total sense to me. So I started loosening my blade after every use, and it can't do harm. It's no harm, you know, no harm to do that. So that's what I started doing. And let's see, should be able to go right on here. There we go. There we go. Gets in there. Not tight. Plenty of slack. Put the belt on. I don't think you saw me finish that up, but tighten that up. Screw that bolt in there. I'll actually take the camera around and show you that right now. But I'm going to go ahead and secure this up just so the wind won't grab it and warp it. So put this on like so. Doesn't have to be real tight. Just got to get it on there enough to keep it from vibrating all over the place. So I'll go ahead and cover this side up. And then I'll put the strap on here in a second. But I want to show you the, I don't know if it's called a guide bolt, tightening bolt, something like that. But there's that bolt right there. This tarp's wanting to fall down on me. So what I did was I screwed that in, pulled that motor over, tightened the belt up, which is what it did, and then retightened those 4 bolts there for the motor down to the bracket, and we're good to go. So it's all ready, gassed up. The only thing I'll need to do is put my water in the tank, check the oil, and we'll be good to go. Start cutting that. Like I said, probably not going to do it today because of the chance of rain and thunder, lightning. There was a tornado warning north of Oklahoma City, you know, so my luck, I'd come out, get this thing all set up, get my first cut. It poured down rain, thunder, lightning, so I'm just going to wait, you know, for all the warnings to be gone before I come out and start this big of a project. Because once I start something, I kind of like to keep going for the day, you know, especially something like this. This is just straps that I put on here to, I call it a tarp, but it's not a tarp. It's a air mattress. Queen size, I think, big enough. Air mattress, tough. They are tough. You can find them at Goodwill for $1 a piece or something. And strap those babies on there, and can't beat it for a weather protection. You know, I've got one, I don't need it, but I've got one over there on my propane gas. I don't know, I just put it on there because I've got a regulator sitting on top there, so I covered it up just to protect it. I got one over there on my a log splitter, and then just they work wonders. They work wonders. It's amazing. My parents started doing that, and you know, obviously it pays off. We went to Harbor Freight yesterday to look for, because they advertised a saw blade sharpener, circular saw blade, and they didn't have it in stock, so my dad and I are going to have to go back or order it online or whatever to get that, because you know, I've been using some of those circular saw blades on my what's it called, my table saw, but it's not the table saw, but anyway, I have it set up as a table saw. And you know, go sharpen those blades. I use my skill saw, you know, for the fine work as far as cutting the ends and stuff like that. And we want to get us a sharpener. I could use my Dremel like I did, but you know, it's just, I'd probably have to put it in a vise, because you know, holding that with one hand and doing it, that'd get tedious. So anyway, we're going to see what that sharpener is all about, and maybe get us one of those. So okay. You know, progress, again, getting little stuff done. Try not to let the weather stop me, you know, as far as getting some stuff done. But that's the sawmill, getting that thing prepped up, ready to go, so I can start milling me some more lumber to go on that some more. So, making progress. You know, sometimes you go, man, I should be further along, but I'm not in a hurry. If I was in a hurry, I'd just spend the money and have it done. But I don't have to spend the money. Okay, thanks for watching. Danny Designs here, D Squared. Like and subscribe, and you know, contact me if you have any questions or comments or anything like that. And I know that the way I do things is just different sometimes, and that's fine. There's always, you know, a different way to skin a cat, as my grandpa used to say. And there's probably, you know, 1,000 ways to skin that cat, and this is what I do. And it may change. If I try something that doesn't work, I get a better suggestion, I'll try it, see what happens. All right, thanks again. Okay, goodbye.